Hi there, welcome in. Welcome to your spring or fall, equinox. Oh my gosh, it's like I have been waiting for this day for a really stinking long time. I don't know how y'all are feeling, but man, I have been trudging through the energies, and I'm just so happy that the tipping point is there. The balance is coming in. So yes, recording this on March 20th, 2026, wanting to come on and do a twin flame collective reading today. We'll tap it. Well, my gosh, they're already falling out. When I was shuffling the decks, cards were just going everywhere, making sure they showed themselves to me. I've got the Divine Feminine on the bottom of her deck. We've got the Divine Masculine deck. Is just the messages just kept coming through of, clearing the path for celebration, for union, however that shows up in your experience, whether that's energetic and then physical. I don't know. So I want to go back for a moment here. On the 11th of this month, I kept receiving messages from the Divine Masculine. The first one was a song. Well, both of them were a song. First one was Peaches and Reunited. You remember that song from the 70s? I know, I channel a lot of 70s music because that's the music that my Divine Masculine and I listened to as we were growing up. That's our era. We were born in the 60s. So, and it's relevant that I say that. Some people will channel songs from whatever era they were born in. So if you don't resonate with my 70s vibe, that's okay. But there could be something in these lyrics. So Reunited. And then we have Precious and Few by the band Climax. No mistake, the name of the band. But that song in particular really hit me. It's like the Divine Masculine was coming through and saying, no, whatever moment I have with you, yes, they are few and far between, but they're so incredibly precious to me. Whether that's time with the Divine Feminine, the astral realm, whether that's time with the Divine Feminine through telepathic communication, or through sitting and having a cup of coffee face to face, however that shows up for you. The Divine Masculine was coming through with their heart so open and ready to express things that they haven't expressed in a really long time, if ever, but the reunited is, I feel like this Divine Masculine collective that was bringing that song through was saying, so if you've had like telepathic or dream time with your counterpart coming through stronger in the last few weeks, it's like they're saying, oh my gosh, how I've missed that. Those lyrics I feel can really be blended together to fully express what the Divine Masculine has been wanting to say to their Divine Feminine. So I'm just going to take a look at the card that came out. It was on the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling. Soul Star Activation, Fulfilling Soul Contracts, Remembering Who You Are. Okay, so this is no mistake. I wrote down here yesterday. The message that came through from my higher self was 2025 was the year of the becoming, right? You've heard me talk about that in videos last year. 2026 is the year of, and this is in quotes, the great remembering. It's remembering who we are as twin flames, as light workers, as star seeds, as star beings, as soul, however you want to take that. And I love this, remembering who you are is coming through. I feel like I want to say the Divine Masculine is remembering the connection. I'm being shown. So I've been, gosh, I'm just like really clicking into all the synchronicities that have been shown to me lately. So I'm being shown again the scales of justice, and it says fulfilling soul contracts. And when I was shuffling the Divine Masculine's deck, I had the Justice card show itself to me, and I had the Three of Cups show itself to me. And the message was clearing the path, clearing third party energies, whether that's another person, a job, however that plays out in your experience for in your connection, right? And then I was shown the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. So joyful reunion, joyful reconnection, joyful partnership, balance, the number two, balance. It just feels like on a higher level. I'm really getting the strong essence of amethyst. I'm getting the scent of lavender, and my scent is sandalwood. It's not lavender. It's very far from lavender. Um, so the purple, the depth of that has a deeper meaning here. Third eye, crown chakra, activation, soul star chakra, which is up here. Not enough room on the camera, right? I just, oh, wow, there's just like this opening up. And look at that. I'm putting it right behind my, oh gosh, I just lost what this is. Aura Light 23 crystal, which is a purple, right? So there's something there about that. Anything else from this deck for the Twin Flame Collective that wants to bring through messages today? Apparently, this showed itself when I was shuffling earlier as well. The Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. There's a higher understanding that where I'm really targeting in here, zeroing in on the Divine Masculine energy, because I feel like that's what's channeling through. I feel like there's been a lot of confusion in the past. Divine Feminines, of course, you could have felt that too, and I know you have, because I'm one of y'all. But it's like they've, instead of looking at the choices they've made and the paths they've gone on as the wrong path, there's this expansion of awareness here, like seeing every option as its divine gift that it was. I'm also feeling there she blows. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, there's just there's this feeling of masculine or feminine, however you resonate. Gender, doesn't play a role here strictly when you watch my videos. But there is this understanding of how everything just clicks into place now, how everything had a divine purpose, how everything it was meant to happen. It was never a wrong path. It was never a wrong choice. So if you've been with me for at least the last few months, you've been hearing me channel the Divine Masculine, going through this chaotic mindset of internal chaos of what have I done? How do I fix this? Do I want to fix this? How did I find myself on this wrong path? Really stressing out over everything that has been very, very expressive with my hands today. I'm noticing I am Italian. I do express with my hands, but I'm feeling it more today. It's like my hands are clearing the air as my words are coming out, are coming through me. So there's something about that. Gosh, I don't know. There's just a lot flowing through me right now, and I don't want to pinpoint it. I want to sit in it. I want to feel it. I just feel like there's a vast awakening going on in the Twin Flame Collective, especially that wave that I am channeling. There's a higher knowledge, um, memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Yeah, there's a remembering who we are. Got to take that. Um, there's a remembering who we are as we. So today we've got the equinox. March 20th, the equal light and day, the balance, the we're coming off of a new moon in Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Today we enter the first sign of the zodiac, Aries, right? So there's a new beginning. There's the energy does feel really fresh to me. Hello, Luna. And it feels exciting. I can feel it rushing through me, and my ears just changed tones. This one just went really high. My left ear went really high all of a sudden. We have 2 CMEs that are hitting the earth this weekend. One today, one potentially tomorrow, which spikes auroras, which spikes geomagnetic storms, right? The equinox is a portal in itself. We have Mercury stationing direct today in Pisces, which, typically it would be a fast forward energy, but today it feels to me as like, okay, what dream have I put on the back burner or told myself was not possible? And where are the possibilities? How it's like seeing the possibilities, seeing everything, and the opportunities opening up to us, so we can dream much bigger. Some of us are starting a new dream. Some of us are going and reaching down and pulling out the old dream, that we have told ourselves, or that society told us, or someone told us that was not possible, right? I gotta take a break. That was just came right through me. Love me my coffee. And my cappuccino. All right. So let's take a look at the Beyond the Lemuria deck here and see if there's any other messages. What are the key components coming through on this March 20th, 2026 for this Twin Flame Collective? I'm hearing just one card. Okay. And there she be. Go in here. Wow, look at that. Communication, co-creation. I'm going to show you the card, and then I've got to read it because I can't see it while I'm holding it up. I got trifocals. Doesn't work. We normally think of information as something that can be written or spoken, but if something is multidimensional, it is almost impossible to share it with words. Gosh, how I know that. How are you communicating beyond words? Something may be getting lost in translation. An issue may be cleared through improved communication. And I feel that's where maybe Mercury retrograde kind of had a little bit of a miscommunication going on, which is typical. But I didn't find that so much for myself during this one. This was a very different Mercury retrograde for me. Depends on where it hits on in your birth chart, right? But now things can start moving. Pisces can start flowing. The dream can start flowing, right? And the communication through the water. Listen carefully to what someone has to say without interruption. Furthermore, it may feel scary to share vulnerable truths, but this may be the only way forward. This card also encourages great exploration in the realms of telepathy, healing, and the arts such as poetry, painting, and music, where there is collective communication beyond the mind. And I feel that this just taps right into the the telepathy that I was speaking about between the counterparts. Uh, it's, I mean, I noticed for myself that it started to uh, take on a new form, a new energy. So let's take a look at the collective twin flame, and then we'll tap into the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. The great remembering who they are, remembering why we're here. 8 of Swords. Oof, look at that. 10 of Wands, putting down that burden. Taking responsibility. Ooh, come here. There's the 3 of Cups. It kept showing itself. I think it's on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the divine masculine stack here. So we'll see where that wants to take us later on. But I just feel like these 3 cards are saying that there's a realization of how heavy, how we've been carrying other people's energy, other people's emotions. It's been really difficult to tap into the higher frequency energies. It seems like it's like being a sponge for everyone else's drama and chaos, right? For sure. And there's the divine feminine coming out, the Empress. Feminine energy. Today is a Venus day. Thank you to Sadie from Yin Regulate. When she does her little shorts in the morning, it helps me understand what planet is aligned with the day. And here we've got the Venus energy, the divine feminine. Oh my goodness. What do we got going on here? All right, this one flipped in my hand, and the Magician. Ooh, making things happen, I'm hearing. It's time to make things happen. 7 of Pentacles. We've got the Devil energy coming out here, Capricorn energy. Wow. I will be clarifying that. You know that. 2 more cards. Let's finish off this spread here. Queen of Cups. Opening the heart. Being receptive. Look at her looking right at the Devil energy. Not backing down. Getting a lot of karmic energy from the Devil as well. Being ruled by Saturn, for sure. Karmic release. One, yes, a lot of cards want to come out. Oh, that's too many. I thought it was just one. Let's go here. Let's see. What else? Final card here. Where are we going? The Hierophant. Higher power, higher knowledge. Yeah, the divine is all over this. I feel like the greater consciousness is unveiling, it's revealing to us what has been so heavy and weighty in our lives. You know, maybe it once was joyful and celebratory. This could be friendships, this could be jobs, this could be whatever this third energy, 3 of Cups represents for you. But there's a revealing of, I can't carry this anymore. I can't do this anymore. This is across the collective, I'm hearing. Across the collective. And that burden is going to be a little different for each and every one of you. For many of you, it could just be the mindset of, what you told yourself for so long, and it just suddenly doesn't resonate anymore, and that becomes the burden, right? It becomes the thorn in your side. It becomes the excuse me, you realize it for the interference that it was, is how I want to say that, okay? The queen, you know, the queen, well, she is all the queens. The queen herself, the empress, coming through, very majestic, very much in her light. This is something that the world has waited a very long time for. Very long time. I am going to say, even though this is a Seven of Pentacles, we are also closing out a 9-year cycle. 2017, if your connection had a significant shift in a direction that kind of blindsided you, gave you a little bit of whiplash, there is something about that 9-year cycle coming to a close. I know that's a Seven of Pentacles, but that's just maybe a little side note for those of you who 2017 really dings a bell for you, right? I know it is for mine. So we are starting a new 9-year cycle. Writing that down too, because I want to remember that. But there's something, you know, there's no more waitings. Like, you know, like we tell ourselves, well, I'll finish this mural when something else happens, right? This is about no longer waiting and taking a look at, there could be projects that you've put on the back burner that are now asking for your attention. You know, how can you use your power and your magic and your light, your energy to bring those to fruition now? Could be there's, you know, very strong manifestation, you know, energy in this portal. Whatever seeds you plant today are going to grow. So if you're planting seeds of, this will never work out, this isn't, you know, seeds of doubt, seeds of lack, seeds of whatever, that's what's going to grow moving forward from today. If you're planting seeds of, I am the cosmic light, I am abundant, I am a non-smoker, you know, changing my words about cigarettes has helped. It's helped clear my mind. It's helped, instead of trying to quit smoking, I decided that I'm not resonating with that version of me anymore. And I now am a non-smoker. And it literally, seriously happened by magic. The magic of the mind. The power of my guides and my spirit. You know, that my higher... So that's just an example of, you know, me sharing my experience with you. This could be playing out for you. Whatever that you've been sitting there hemming and hawing over, you know, what have you been telling yourself? That mental image, that mental thought, that mental whatever it was, those words, that one word from try to decide, for me, was the trick. And I know, you know, because I've tried to, I set the intention to quit smoking. And that just didn't work for me. This is about trying something new on. This is about looking at things a little differently. How can you manifest a little differently? All of these seeds are not going to produce fruit. Not all of them are going to produce food. I can't say that 10 times fast. You know what I mean? So, how can you manifest? How are you showing up and using all of the elements that are being gifted to you? everything. I mean, if you're not, I mean, this is in the middle of the spread, smack dab in the middle. If you're not in this energy yet, then I would say take a really good look at what seeds you've been planting in your mind, in your heart, in your, you know, what energy you've been frequenting lately. Because you are the magician. This is remembering that you are the powerful creator manifesting through you. You're the Holy Spirit. The only way you can breathe and only way I can sit here and speak with you is because of the Holy Spirit resides in me, creating through me, manifesting through me as me, just like you. You are the divine creator. You are the divine manifester. What are you creating? It is time to birth something new. I do want to take a look at this. I was surprised where that came from. I want to take a look at this devil. Why is this devil here? I'm really not getting a full read off of it. So let's ask it. Let's see. Well, interesting. Can I get one more, please? Thank you. Yeah. All right. This is there's 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We've got the 6 of Cups. It's old karmic energy. It's clearing. It's definitely clearing. It's clearing the path, because in order to get the rainbow, we've got to have the storm, and maybe this is the storm, because we also have the 5 of Wands. Maybe this is just a collective energy right now. We know that the world is in a shit show right now, right? Tune out of that and tune into yourself, tune into your higher power, tune into your magic, tune into your heart. Collective, right? We have to clear the old emotional residue from the past so we can receive in the blessings of this 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is also letting you know that something has ended. It's a new beginning. Well, you can't have a new beginning without an ending. Whatever this devil energy is, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, other people's bull, it's coming to an end. Because we have as a collective opened up the heart space and become receptive of that which we came here to experience. On the higher realms, we're remembering who we are. We're remembering we don't have to carry other people's energy anymore. We just have to be in our own energy and carry that, clear that, not overbearingly out to everybody else, compassionately, lovingly. I want to take a look at actually, I want to take a look at this row moving into the future. 3 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. That 7 of Pentacles just keeps saying it's been a long road. It feels like 9 of Wands energy to me. But we've got the 10 of Wands. We're putting down the burden. We're putting down the heaviness of I'm getting this through for a few. There's, you know how a lot of people say, you know, fake it till you make it, you know, put on the happy face, be happy now. Yes, you've got to, you decide to be happy now. Decide that every day is going to be a good day no matter what it brings you. It's how you look at it, how you perceive it. We're putting down the energy of trying so hard. It's like masks are coming off. It's like the burden of just trying to be putting on that happy face. It's okay to admit, you know what, I'm just not feeling in my highest vibration today. It's okay to admit that, you know. I don't know, that's for a few of you. But let's take a look. Moving forward, you know, Three of Cups, joyful celebration, maybe by the next holiday. Next holiday here in the United States is that Easter? I believe it's Easter in April. Seeds. Oh, I love that. Seeds that you plant now get the divine blessing. It's like you get anointed. Ooh. There's an anointing going on. Oh, I like that. Oh, God. Talk to me about this. Moving forward for this connection. Judgment in the Fool. Look at that. It's choosing the new path, choosing the higher frequency, choosing the highest path, choosing not to do things the old way anymore. Judgment is about where Archangel Gabriel wakes us up and says, okay, we're giving you another chance. You can either do things the old way. Have we gone through that year of the snake for no reason? I don't think so. Or we can do it the new way. We can start fresh with a new perspective, with a new surge of faith and trust in ourselves and in the universe, trusting that the universe has got our back. Because even if you've gone through the last few months, the last let me see, year and a half for me, if you've gone through this for the last year or 2 years, the one thing that has been consistent is that the universe never left our side. You got through it. Whatever has come before this moment now, this connection, I gotta remember I am reading for the Twin Flame Collective, right? Whatever you have been through, the burden has been put down. It's like clean slate. It's deciding to be in faith and trust. It's deciding. This isn't a crossroads. What do I do? What do I do? Some of you may be questioning, which way do I want to go? I know last week, and I didn't do a video on this, but I wasn't guided to do the video yet. It was just about how the divine masculine was like, oh gosh, just come back. I lost it. Son of a biscuit. Jeez. I think I shared a post in the community tab about this, and I questioned whether or not a divine masculine reading was coming up. And at that moment, Spirit said, not yet. There was more, because it was just a process that the divine masculine was going through. It wasn't the true essence of where they're at. Dagnabbit, I wish I could remember, but the divine masculine, we've all been, doesn't matter what you resonate with, we've all been through the Devil and Five of Wands energy. And the ego, thank you. Oh, okay, it's dripping in. Come back. Jack, come back. Gosh. the ego has been like, but it's so much more comfortable for me to just keep repeating the old patterns. That may have been where the divine masculine was a week or so ago, or within this last 2 years, waffling back and forth, wanting to expand and feeling their energy, or the shared soul, pushing and urging them and encouraging them to expand and open up and to be free spirited. But the ego is like, oh, it's just so much safer for me to be backing down in here in my coffins, to not have to look at how I've got to change, in order to be this sacred being that I know that I am. So there's something there. All right, Spirit's saying, okay, let's get on with this. Get on with it. We're gonna move to the divine masculine. All right. Bottom of the deck is their Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Very interesting. It says Three of Cups. Three of Swords. Are they fretting over, well, I think we've got the answer. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. They're fretting over, maybe they, feel like they've missed the opportunity. How do I choose a new path, a new direction? It's gonna ask the divine masculine. I mean, you know this. You've gone through your dissolution of your ego and become friends with it. You know that's such a scary space to be in, because it's like, who the hell am I if I am not so attached to all of those lower thoughts and beliefs and ways of being? Who am I? Thank you, DM. Hang on here. Who am I without the control of my ego? But there is a new direction. The new direction is freaking them the hell out. Wow. Well, that just answered my question, didn't it? I don't feel like it's every minute of every day. Oh, thank you. Yeah, justice. The opportunity is to set the record straight. Set the record straight. There's those scales that I kept seeing. Yep, okay, taking them. There's a Judgment card again in the Moon. There's a lot of fear coming up. They want this second chance, this new opportunity to do things differently. They want the new path, but right now, man, their mind is like playing games with them. Page of Cups. They're feeling very vulnerable right now. Wow. Wow. My head just started spinning. I want to go back to the first cards about how the collective is remembering who they are. This divine masculine collective could be having visions, premonitions, dreams about premonitions. That's not the word I wanted to use. Like remembrances, visuals coming up that show them. They could be doing going through like a past life regression and not really even realize that's what's going on, but they're being shown who they are. They're being shown like, I'm sure the divine feminine, I know for me, where I was shown how the inception of myself and my twin and how it came to be, and how we got here to this incarnation. So they could be going through this, and it could be very overwhelming for them. Of course it would be, because I feel like this is like a waterfall that's just been, no, it has not just happened overnight, but it feels like it has. If this divine masculine just stops, takes a deep breath, puts their hand on their heart, and just tunes into themselves, they can see, and like I mentioned before, they can see all the things that got them to where they are now. This mindset, this fear, this angst. But and I did mention that earlier, you know, just it's like seeing how everything is culminating. I just feel like this divine masculine is just like overwhelmed mentally with all of this, because it's like how do I, you know, the divine masculine is the taskmaster. It's the one that grounds union energy. How do I do this? I feel like this divine masculine may be who me. I'm this. I'm the page. I'm small. How do I be this big being, this big energy that my divine feminine has been saying all along that we are? How? By trusting in the universe, by trusting that everything is going to work out in divine order, in divine time. They have definitely heard the call, but it's freaking them out. Whew. Advice for the divine masculine here, please. Stop fretting. Get out of your head. Get outside. Oh, I gotta go fetch that. Yeah, get outside. Tune in, tap in, turn on to your higher power. Pray. However, you maybe the divine masculine is being guided to seek counsel, a friend, a clergy, someone that has been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So that's coming through. The advice is tap into their higher power. Listen to their higher self. It's telling them exactly how to calm down. It's telling them. It's not telling them. It's advising. It's guiding them. And the outcome, potential outcomes. Let's get a couple here. Ooh, that's a lot. That's way too many. That's way too many. Potential outcome here for the divine masculine collective. Got a new direction, and where's that direction heading? Divine feminine energy coming in, the Empress, right, leading right to their inner feminine energy, number one. Number two, this mentor, this guide, they know is the divine feminine, allowing their energy to allowing their energy in to guide them. Let's get two more. Unfortunately, though, it does remind them of opportunities they've missed. Oh, that's interesting. So when I held it up this way, he looks like he's looking right at that cup. But when I look down at here, I can see that his eyes are downcast. I'm taking what it looks like when I look into the screen. Looks like he's looking up at the cup. That's very interesting. Little play on light here. Divine masculine, things are not what you may believe them to be. You did not miss any opportunity. Every opportunity was exactly as it should be, right? Exactly as it should be. So I feel like the divine masculine is being given another opportunity here. Of course, we've got the judgment again. Quite possibly, their inner feminine is being given the opportunity to express themselves or to feel into something a little more. There's the Six of Cups. And I'm hearing, I've got one more here. So yeah, geez, look at that. This energy, they just feel like they can't shake it. Five of Cups, Three of Swords. I did mention the Three of Swords earlier. It kind of Freudian slipped out of my mouth, right? Gosh, this energy just is holding on to the Divine Masculine. Why is that? Why is that? They're feeling, Knight of Cups, they're feeling really vulnerable. It's like they're talking themselves. So this Divine Masculine may want, there's the Magician on the bottom of the deck. Love that. Got it. Message coming. Magician, Emperor, and Knight of Swords coming in fast. They're manifesting. Wow. So, good news. This Divine Masculine energy, this collective energy. Yes, they may be in their head. Their thoughts could be everywhere. Here's the thing, though, Divine Feminine, and I feel like I'm just speaking more to you feminines here. It doesn't have to be, but it's like old habits die hard, right? And we know that. We've been through all of this. Not saying we're never going to be through it again, but, you know, there's just, we can surely have compassion for where the Divine Masculine is. They are feeling very vulnerable. They want to come through. They want to make an offer, however that happens, whether that's in the 3D or the upper realms or the astral realms. However that comes through, I feel like it's going to come through. It's going to trickle through. It's going to come a little slowly, but they are leaning. I feel like they're really heavily, I want to say leaning, but Spirit's saying that's not the correct word to use, because it's leaning suggests dependence on the Divine Feminine. They're not dependent on their outer feminine. They're relying, the reliance of their own inner feminine, their own inner emotion, and their inner masculine energy to come through. Where'd that go? The inner masculine energy. Oh, there it is again. I'm going to take it. Three of Cups. So on the bottom of the deck, you know, the inner masculine energy it's like raring to go. Aries energy here this is our new beginning. They're recognizing where they are remembering that they have everything that it takes, and they want to express themselves so clearly and so quickly. But I feel like there's this a little bit of a start and stop energy here with the Divine Masculine, because the past just kind of trips them up. It just trips them up, and it's only tripping them up in their mind. Okay. Wow, love that. I'm going to move on to the Divine Feminine. There is communication coming through, clear communication. Could be an apology. And what happens, you know, with that is like it changes the course for the two of you. It transforms it into something better. We do have the Divine Feminine on the bottom of her deck here. Let's take a look at where the Divine Feminine collective energy is. You gotta freaking be kidding me. Number 1, Aries energy. Number 2, Divine Masculine energy. All up in her energy. Number 3, standing very powerful right now, protecting. Divine Masculine energy protects the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine nurtures and comforts. She's having to rely on her inner masculine energy right now. That just blows my mind. Where is it? Where'd it go? Come here. Yeah, so collective energy had the Empress. He had the Empress and the Emperor. She starts out with I love this. This is all synchronistic to me. All right. That's too many. what do we got here for the Divine Feminine? How's this playing out right now? Queen of Swords. Getting clear. Yeah, really some mental clarity. The inner masculine gaining some mental clarity too. And, you know, I love that because it shows me over here with his energy, you know what I mean? Where this is what's mucking up the movement. This is what's mucking it up right now. It's the clearing of the old egoic mind, right? Divine Feminine is clear. She's clear. It's the opportunity here. Knight of Wands. Another fiery energy. Moving forward. She's ready for some action here. Whether to receive that action or to express that action outward is yet to be seen. But Four of Pentacles, but she's holding back. Why is she holding back? Knight of Pentacles, because fine wine. What is that? Fine wine can't be rushed. There's a saying. Something about fine wine. That's so funny. Oh my God. So there's something about wine, grapes, abundance. I got to write this down because I went to the dentist this morning and I had a new crown replaced. An old 20-year-old crown got taken off a few weeks ago. And he said to me, my dentist, who's deaf, but neither here or there, but, you know, he said to me, no eating for 45 minutes, but you can have coffee or wine. Here it is, 10:30 in the morning, and he's telling me I can have wine. Just funny. Very out of character. But it was important that he mentioned that wine. It's important that I've got that coming through about the fine, something, I can't come up with that phrase, that saying. But it needs to take time. Something is growing. The longer this takes, the sweeter it's going to be. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There's something that there's the sweetness of how long it, you know. I'm sorry, I've got a lot coming through. I've got to write things down. Yeah, so she's not really holding back. It's like savoring the moment. Oh my gosh. Divine Feminine. It's like that song, Precious and Few, where the Divine Masculine was coming through saying, you know, I'm going to just share, you know, my Divine Masculine, I used to say to him, oh my gosh, I love when we meet in the astral. And he's like, well, I prefer the physical. Of course he would. He's the Divine Masculine. He's the one who, you know, grounds the energy. He is tangible, you know, things like that. And I feel like I mentioned this before, but now the Divine Masculine is recognizing with that song that came through, Precious and Few, by the band Climax, said that any moment I get with you, I'm going to savor it. I'm going to squeeze every bit of sweetness out of that grape, you know? I don't know. I have no idea where any of this is coming from and why and how, wherefore or whatever. Well, I know where it's coming from, but it's like, this has taken me by surprise. I wasn't expecting. Divine Feminine is like, she's ready. She's primed. Oh my gosh. She is primed. and I'm being shown the high priestess in my mind's eye, where she knows now how sacred and how precious this is. There's a resurgence of this connection in the divine feminine energy. I'm feeling it. It's like going back to what I was saying earlier. It's like the old dream. It's like the original dream. It's not the old dream. It's the original dream. It's the purpose. It's why you were the inception of you and your twin in the first place. It's that's getting new life. Judgment. We've got the 2 judgment cards on the table. Getting new life. And it's through the remembering of who we are. She knows she can feel his energy. She can feel her divine masculine coming toward her. She can just feel this fire horse. We are, again, we're in Aries now. Now we're in full fire horse year mode. We were clearing up some of the snake in the last few weeks. She knows it's coming, and she intends to savor it. She intends to hold it close to her heart, not to, maybe partly to protect it from outer energy, because it will be very much out in the open, I'm hearing. Wow, there's a lot coming through. I should have started with her. There's a lot flowing through here. God, look at that. Look, see that? Let me show you. Where did it go? Where did it go? All right, where'd my card go? Why can't I find it? Anyway, there's that 4 of Cups with the Fool card, just like he had the 4 of Cups. I thought he had the Fool card as well, but I can't find it on the table. I'm not gonna. It's a mess. If you could see this, it's a mess. Yeah, so it's like there isn't an opportunity that was ever missed. And it's like she's like throwing those to the wind and stepping fully into faith, knowing like there's been a shift from the longing into the remembering, and from the longing into the deciding. I'm moving forward. And my divine masculine, my divine feminine moves with me energetically, always. I just feel like the divine feminine wants to savor the moment. Wow. Advice, guidance for the divine feminine here. There is 2 4s here, so there's and the Emperor is a number 4, so 444. It's funny because in my cards this morning that I pulled for myself, I got 4444. Everything added up to 4, so it's like there's definitely angelic guidance. Stability coming in. That's where this is, where things may feel very fast and quick. Now there's a stability that needs to be had here, and the divine feminine knows it. You know what? Before I ask for the guidance, Spirit, can you just clarify the 4 of Cups here? Holy cow. We've got half a deck, but I'm going to show you the Ace of Cups on the bottom of that spread, or that group. Why is the Four of Cups? So yeah, so she's not looking at this as thank you, Spirit. And I don't know where the Ace of Cups is now because I shuffled. She's not looking at this as missed opportunities and things that are lacking. Now she's fully receiving this cup and she's taking it and she's moving into the new direction, trusting that the divine masculine, if you've, acquired, reached, I don't know what right word it is, if you've come into and remember your inner union, your inner divinity, then you are, there's none of this lack mentality. There's none of this lower, I mean, it could come in for sure, but you've kind of risen above that, I want to say. Let's get some guidance for the Divine Feminine. Knight of Wands. I want to clarify that. Closing out, got the Akashic Stargate, closing out a cycle. We've got the Lovers and the Eight of Wands, so we've got the 8 and 9 of Wands. So there's there's definitely a forward momentum. All you've got to do is decide. Lovers is a choice. You can either try, which isn't really putting your best effort forward, is it? Deciding, like I was mentioning before, how that one word, the switch in the word for me about the cigarettes was what did it. I was asking, my reader is like, why is this time harder than any other time? Because I wasn't aligned with how I used to quit smoking before. I was still aligned with the version of me that was a smoker. This is about deciding what are you going to align yourself with. You choose that, and then you set your mark on that, and you move forward. You allow the energies to move you. I feel like this is closing out a very, very, very long karmic cycle here for the Divine Feminine. Could be generational in that. Lionsgate, because I've got the strength card keeps sticking to my fingers here. So Lionsgate could be very significant for this time frame. We do have 2 8s. Strength is an 8, and then we've got the 8 of Wands. So we've got all those 4s and up to 4 and 4 is 8. So there's just something about abundance and stability coming in all forms, recognizing that it's not just in finances. I notice I don't have, I've got a few of I've got these 2 pentacles here for her, but they're very grounding. They're very solid and stabilizing. And then these 8s, there's definitely something stabilizing in the energy where it could come in very erratic, very take your breath away kind of tower surprise energy. That could be happening as well as, this comes in very quickly. However it shows up for you, takes your breath away, and how you move through it is going to be very key. I just feel like I've just had a deja vu. I must have said that multiple times before for the twins moving through. But the guidance is just to decide on what frequency you want to hold and go for that. And the outcome, please. I wasn't expecting these readings to go in the direction that they have. And the outcome, we've got the King of Wands. Yeah, standing in your power, getting, some of you may be just getting your energy back after a really long winter. I know I am. 8 of Pentacles, moving forward, putting your time and energy and effort into what grows you, what expands you, and nothing less. Yeah. Some of you may be changing jobs. Some of you may be leaving jobs to be a mystic full time. And how is that going to support you? That's for some of you. This is, using your intuition, letting that guide you into where to put your time and energy and effort. The Divine Feminine is moving, and there's that Justice card. Yeah, the Moon and the Queen of Cups. There's the Empress. So we definitely got, God comes this way. Definitely some old fears are clearing out of the way. There's your intuition. The Divine Feminine is really sitting in a beautiful space of embodiment. It feels like she's very calm, even though she can feel the energy quickening around her. She's very calm. Even though the energy was flowing very quickly through me, channeling her energy, now I feel very calm. I feel centered, sure. Beautiful. Just final messages, quick messages here. I know this video is long. Apparently you saw it and you clicked on it, and I thank you for that. Thank you so much for being here. This channel is struggling, and I know it's mainly because my energy has shifted over the last year and a half, and I'm getting my mojo back now. So thank you to this equinox. Thank you to Spirit. Wow. Okay, how many is that? All right, let's take the three that flipped. We've got Moonlit Pond. Connect with your emotions. Let your feelings guide you. There's that moon. Tune into your intuition. Fairy tea party delight. Isn't that cute? Join the fairies on a whimsical tea party. Indulge in magical treats and delightful conversation. I am going to suggest, if I don't remember to put it in the description, I'm going to say it now. Go to Reiki Rachel, her page on YouTube, and listen to the Spring Equinox transmission that she put out for today. When did it come through? Either yesterday or early morning. I can't remember. But listen to that. This has vibes. There was tea that we drank from in the ceremony, and it's very. If you feel guided, go listen to that. And we've got Firefly Dance. Celebrate life's moments. Let your spirit shine like the stars. This goes along with that savory never moment. Squeeze as much juice out of that grape. If you drink wine, sip it slowly. If you drink coffee, sip it slowly. If you have moments with your divine counterpart, sip them slowly. There is no need to rush through this connection. There is no need to rush anywhere. Union happens because it's who you are at core. And I'm just getting really emotional. I'm going to leave it there. I love you. We'll see you next time.